The mission of Pusch Ridge Christian Academy is to teach our students to become like Christ through a classical Christian education within a covenantal community.
One of the things that I love about Pusch Ridge Christian Academy is that Christ is here. We often cite a phrase from Gerard Manley Hopkins' poem that Christ plays in 10,000 places, and Christ is playing in 10,000 places here at our school, and it's just beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see in the teachers the way they love Christ, the way they love one another, but especially how they love the students and the parents.
You know, I really want my students to love to learn. I want them to be lifelong learners. I also really care about their hearts. So at Pusch Ridge Christian Academy, we are invested in working with the parents to make sure that the kids' hearts and minds are being educated.
There's a lot of nice people here and the teachers are really nice.
I like when Mrs. Cajero reads out loud.
My son is currently a junior at Pusch Ridge Upper School. He has been attending our school since kindergarten. And what makes our community so different than other communities and other schools is it's a covenantal community. And by that, I mean it's like one big family. We've always felt at home here.
It's less of a hierarchical community, but rather a covenantal community, a legitimate covenantal community where there's care, love, and affection going both ways. Because we realize we're not here necessarily to teach facts or educational doctrine or mantra, but rather we're creating warriors for Christ.
Being able to answer a question doesn't mean a lot until you can apply it. And so in my physics class, if they can tell me all day long, you know, about how to do sines and cosines and SOHCAHTOA, but until they can tell me exactly what the horizontal component of their tennis ball's velocity is, I don't really care. And of course they're shooting those at me across the football field with their huge monstrous siege engines that they've built.
What I like about this school is the community and all of the teachers here and all the people that work here.
I really enjoy, well, of course, the small class sizes. I like having the ability to know my kids well.
It's such a big community because everyone is there to support you.
We came to Pusch Ridge after watching our kids disengage from their natural curiosity and love of learning.
I love teaching at Pusch Ridge because Pusch Ridge is willing to go above and beyond the standard classroom. In the science department specifically, we get to do lots of hands-on activities. We learn, in my classes, some of the classes are 50% learning by doing rather than learning by lecture, which is fabulous.
Every 2 weeks we have a Bible verse that we memorize, and it's to keep it in our hearts.
I love that at Pusch Ridge I'm able to speak my faith freely to one another and get advice and get loved by the teachers.
We can talk about God, we can talk about Jesus. And everything that we do relates back to Him and His creation.
There are so many opportunities that you can get involved in. Being in the choir like I am, or sports, or especially student leadership, are all places that you can pour yourself into and find a community, a real trusting community that can grow and develop you.
My husband and I decided to send our kids here because of the family atmosphere and just the opportunity of giving our kids a classical education.
The biggest thing that stands out in selecting school was that Pusch Ridge staff seems to have the passion and the personal interest not only in the students but in each other and in the administration and to God as well.
This is a place that means an awful lot to me. This has been a wonderful experience. The children are wonderful. The families are supportive. They stand by us. We stand by them. We want to raise those children in the way that they should go.
Athletics at Pusch Ridge, although it's a very competitive atmosphere, the coaches here pour into your lives spiritually and physically.
Right now it is literally that. We want eternal value to come from our sports. We want to be excellent on the field and on the court. But we want to make sure there's something eternal that comes out with it.
I play basketball because I love the sport and the coaches that teach it.
Pusch Ridge is willing to go above and beyond and get outside the classroom. We have a program called Expeditionary Learning where students are put in charge of creating and then going on expeditions. We've taken kids up into the mountains and worked with the U.S. Forest Service to do forestry work. Kids are learning teamwork. We've got seniors in charge of juniors, in charge of freshmen, all the way down to 6th graders, going on a 16-mile hike for the first time, where they're living out of their backpacks and learning how to survive and work with one another to accomplish their goals, which is great.
Because I've gone on a few expeditionary trips, I've learned a lot about myself through how adventurous and how willing I am to do things that seem a lot harder than at first.
To help kids explore without being tied to a textbook, without being tied to this is the exact lesson you have to use today. I appreciate the freedom to go to living books and to pull out beautiful art and to pull out science and be able to bring my kids to see living examples of some of the things we're learning about.
The academics here are certainly within class settings, but are uniquely developed so that the individual student can grow and prepare themselves for life and prepare themselves to be beneficial to the kingdom.
It's just a full community of like-minded and caring teachers and staff and parents across the board. It's quite impressive and it's extraordinary from my point of view.
I feel so blessed to have found Pusch Ridge.